All right. Good morning, everyone. Monday, we're getting ready to start off the week, but we got a special guest on today. We got Mikey, also known as BuzzTune on social media and all the chats and commenting. So we also got MJ back on. So good morning, fellas.
Good morning, good evening. It's 12:30
Morning.
here where I'm at.
Oh, that's right. 12:30. I forgot. Here in Chicago. How cold is it in Chicago right now?
It's not bad. Yesterday was 55. Actually, today is 47. To be December 9th is actually good, great weather, surprisingly.
I was just talking with someone. He's in Wisconsin, this guy Joe V, but I said, yeah, I like the cold, but I can see how it gets old quickly, you know. But yeah, so Mikey, this is kind of a special one. We've been talking about getting together, chatting about this, but this is kind of around like your 1 year in real estate, and maybe you can give a review. I know I think I put 0 to 3 rentals in like 1 year. So why don't you kind of fill my audience in about your story and where you're at right now?
Yeah, for you, it was a good peer pressure. We're
Peer
normally
wait, peer pressure. So wait, that's what are you talking about?
normally it'll be the peer pressure in the negative aspect, but you're kind of pushing me to do things where I reached out. I wasn't really expecting much. You got back to me that day when I had reached out, and I said I was interested in real estate because all I've been doing is going to retirement accounts and brokerages and Roth IRAs, just kind of doing the daily grind, W-2. And I felt like I could do more with my time. And that's when you kind of hooked me up with your team. I kind of got connected that way and just slowly started learning. And you're right, I made mistakes along the way, but I'm just trying to get better. And with every purchase, trying to learn more and it's new experience. But this group that you introduced me to, the foundational knowledge of Dion Talk, Matt, Lumberjack Landlord, Millennial Mike, REI Avengers, of course, one rental at a time, just helped me get started. And even though I made mistakes, I wouldn't change anything because I love all the things I've learned and grown from.
Right, so we got Hyder and Jason here. Thanks for stopping by. Hyder says PPP, positive peer pressure. So I like that. But yeah, so MJ, what are you on? Like on year 3 around right now? Or what it
I got my first rental December 30th of 2022. So pretty much coming up on year two.
Oh yeah, okay. Perfect. So let's see. So Mikey, you are what? I said 0 to 3. So you're at 3, right? You just closed on one or you're closing on one right now?
Yeah, on Halloween.
Nice. Okay, so
Yeah.
how was that? How was from the first one just to the third one? Like what would you say you could tell like people trying to get started? What can they learn from getting from 1 to 3 rentals?
Please take 6 months to learn your market, develop your buy box, develop your rent box. That way, when you're talking, if you're investing out of state, that way you have more leverage in communications. You get a better understanding of the market. So when you're having those discussions, you're in a better place to negotiate and understand. And I was kind of going off the 1% rule in the first purchase. Then I was realizing how important cash on cash and yield when I was watching videos from Dion Talk, and I had even reached out to you in the beginning, and I said, "Hey, should I start an LLC before I get into this?" And the first thing you did was you sent me the Dion Talk, the LLC video, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's good just going from the first one, then getting in with that group, learning from them, then getting that slowly foundational knowledge, getting a little bit better each and every time. But even when I talk with Dion about this, he says every purchase there's going to be a surprise. There's going to be something different, and that's what I'm experiencing too. So you think you can be prepared, but nothing will prepare you for every purchase. There's always going to be something that pops up.
What's your thoughts on that, MJ? You agree with a lot of what Mikey just said?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like you can read you can read as many books as you like, watch all the videos, be engaged in communities. You just gotta go out there and just sink or swim essentially, and then over time you just learn how to swim better. But it's always something to repair and spend money on for sure.
I like that. So Mikey, you keep touching on group or community or or so who are you actually talking about, or who are you kind of a part of, I would say?
Yeah, when I started with Dion Talk and I started getting into those live streams, you got the Dion Talk live streams on Tuesdays. Then you got Matt Lumberjack Landlord live streams on Thursdays. And then you have Michael Zuber's over at Daily Financial News Daily. Those things got me connected to the community because I see All Nighter Hider in here. I kind of copied a little bit what he's doing. You know, he's just in the chats and connecting with everyone. And that's what I was trying to do, just seeing all these great people in the community, trying to reach out. And I remember Dion had Frank on, old guy REI, and he was telling his story, and I related to a lot of what he was going through. So I had reached out. And then we just started talking. We started talking on a consistent basis. And then from that, he kind of introduced me to other people in the group. And then we kind of started doing like meetups. And that's when it kind of spawned into having weekly accountability meetings in the school now. And now it's like got Jared's one, and you guys have the major accountability meeting, the early one on Mondays, and then now there's the ladies of ORAT. So all of those is just is kind of growing into this amazing meetup spread.
It is, but like you're saying, right? There's just so many different groups, and you're just kind of finding which one works best for you. And yes, Hyder, I didn't see you this morning in the accountability group, but it was still fun. But we'll catch you next week. But like you, MJ, you're I would say you're in kind of the community, but not in the community as much as maybe Mikey is. So like for you, like how are you networking, or like what kind of groups are you in?
Yeah, that's a good point and good observation. In the beginning, like in the 2021 to 2022, I was all in, engaged, really active, like pretty much up on a high. Like you do something for the first time, whatever that may be, and you just feel like invincible. And then I got my first rental, learned a lot. Got my second rental, learned a lot, and obviously still a lot to learn, to continue to learn. But I think I'm at the point now where I just need the money to buy for the down payment. I want to take my time. So it's like, how much more can I learn? I feel like versus like just going through the motions, just really experiencing it day in and day out. And I don't want to overload myself because, like Mikey mentioned, there's so much information out here. You say you got
Yeah.
the old rock community, you got Dion got his stuff going on, Lumberjack got his stuff going on. I watch random videos on financial freedom in general on YouTube all day because I'm a trucker, so I can just listen, absorb. And I just don't want to. I felt like I overload myself, and I still got the desire for it, but not as it once were. I just want to go through the motions and steps and kind of keep some passion for it. I feel like if I keep getting all in and overload myself, I would lose my passion little by little. And I don't know if it's just me or it's just something that will happen if you just overload yourself with information. So
No, I totally agree. I think that's kind of where, or you can be like me, you just in there making trouble. See, like I'm kind of just in the groups, just poking fun at people and kind of directing people to maybe someone they can connect with or whatnot, but just having fun. So yeah, I think I'm kind of like you, where yeah, I like listening about real estate and things, but a lot of times it's a lot of the same information being put out there. So I'm just trying to connect and have fun. But Mikey like loves it right now. Like he's probably analyzing deals right now as we're talking. But so
mhm.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say I listen to Dion so much. I know how to break down the pros and cons of an LLC. Like a person asked that question, I just from note to note just listen to him so much and over. It's like I created what he was saying all this time. So I still listen. It's just right now I just want to take it slow. Like you say, don't rush to get the next property and just it's really about the money and knowing your market and the rents, in my opinion.
See, we got Mikey's fan club showing up here today. We got Cody Ever stopping by. Got Trade Better 99. We got Jason Calibus. Hey, yeah, Jason, you actually spelled your name wrong in the Jason Pritchard live yesterday. So I was like, hey, how do you spell his name? But anyways, that was a good group with Zuber yesterday. We got post janitor on fire here. But yeah, so Mikey, like I said, you went from 0 to 3. Like, so how'd you get the money to get to 3 rentals so quickly? Also,
I did have to liquidate some of my retirement. So with the Roth, if you if you can contribute 5 years, you can take those contributions out if you have that in there for 5 years. So I actually withdrew that without paying penalties. And then I also had a separate brokerage account that I was just pummeling money into, and that had grown. So I liquidated that as well. And just you're talking about how you kind of stopped contributing to your retirement account, and I did that too. I only go for the match. I used to go over the match. I stopped that as well, and I only do the match. So all of that, I just looked at what available funds I had, and then I just kind of switched, pivoted into real estate full time.
if anyone was here for Joel, just letting everyone know that he had to bail. He's dealing with some work stuff right now. So, but we do have Mikey and MJ in here, and I don't even know if Mikey mentioned though. Did you, so? MJ was asking, what market are you investing in? Is it single family homes, multifamily homes?
All single family so far. I
Okay,
was trying to look at the multifamily. It's a little bit different. It's kind of harder to find the side by sides. I was trying to look more into that, but a lot of the times it's a mix. It'll be like 2-1, 1-1, and it'll be top down most of the parts. So that's kind of things I'm still trying to figure out if I want to get into a top down. And I know Dion, his buy box is the side by sides, and I'm trying to stick more to that.
Did you use the property management that Mark used in general, since he kind of in the same market as well?
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm grateful for is like the day I reached out, I don't know what his vetting process was, but the very next week he kind of introduced me to his team, and that's how I got hooked up, and that's kind of how I got started.
Okay. So if I want the single family in Pittsburgh, I can use your property management team. It's okay.
for
Yeah,
you, of course, anything for you, man. As long as you keep coming on here, you are welcome to use any of our resources.
Okay. Okay. So you got your three single families in Pittsburgh.
hmm
Okay. So you want to continue to grow in that market, or are you looking to like go another state, or you pretty much kind of dialed in Pittsburgh?
yeah. You spend so much time in one market, and you try networking, and even now I'm trying to network with local banks. I've had some hiccups along the way because I reached out to a local bank, and in the front end, it sounds really good. But then as I got into it, they said they could only do three conventional loans for investors. Their rate started at 2 points. And as I dug further in, and they're trying to do an appraisal up front, which really shocked me. And I asked why? Why were you going to do that? The appraisal up front. And they said they kind of wanted to lock you in. So it was harder to go shop the rate.
Around.
So then,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like that was a learning experience. Is even though you're trying to make connections with local banks, you kind of have to watch out. You got to dig into all the details and see what's really up.
What do you live at currently?
I live on the opposite island of Mark,
Oh,
the
you in
opposite
Hawaii as
side.
well?
Yeah, I live on the opposite, so he's more east and I'm more west.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
it.
and we
Oh,
can
go ahead.
also get into like Mikey's backstory of sleeping in his vehicle and being the original passport bro of the ORAT community. Oh no, Dion could be. Oh no, I don't know. Who would you say? No, you are. You're the original passport bro, maybe.
First, I have never heard that term until you brought it up, and now when I hear about it, I understand. It's my friend. He had married a girl from Japan, and I was the best man at their wedding. And that's a lot of work being the best man at a wedding. I'm like a waiter, I'm a cooker, I'm greeting everybody, I'm handing out peanuts at the wedding, making sure everything is going smoothly. I was exhausted by the end of that, but I guess a friend saw me doing all that work, and she thought she had a good reference for me. And then we started video chatting, and after that, I've been with her for about 3 years now, and she's coming next week actually to visit for three
from
months
from Japan.
from Japan.
Is
Oh,
she coming
nice.
to the event?
No,
Oh,
yeah, I couldn't front the bills for that one.
She speak English. You speak some Japanese. So how the language barrier is with that?
All we use is Line, and then Line, that app, you can actually talk in Japanese or English, and it'll translate with the app. So it's pretty cool that way.
Or translate in real time?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
passport, bro. Hey, these
Oh
are the
well, that,
notes.
that that's the fishy right there. You got to use the app to talk here.
But I did put All Nighter Hiders YouTube channel, so everyone go check it out. He says he has some goals, so go check out his new videos he's putting out. Frank's channel is in there, and also Frank's link for the ORAT T-shirt that he's trying to raise some money. Oh, Jen, oh, trouble is here. Jen says she wants to meet your girlfriend. But yeah. So Frank, if anyone hasn't, there's a link for the ORAT T-shirts. Trying to raise some money for the blind center, so go check it out. Uh, oh, May Harrison said Line is the best app, so he might be a secret passport bro that we don't know about. So Mikey, so you know, like I said, you got to three rentals. You're in Pittsburgh. What has been the biggest challenge for you investing out of state?
The 5 years of suck. It truly does suck. Been through been through an eviction, canceled insurance multiple times. It was funny because there was the day of the cancellation. I was scrambling. I had to show up late for work because I was trying to work with the insurance broker and the contractor. The insurance said if we can produce a letter, an official contractor letter that states they will do the repairs as long as weather permits, they would accept that. So it's like last minute, got that paperwork in, and they accepted it. And luckily, I was able to keep my insurance during that time.
Hyder wants to know, is there any funky translations coming from that app? And I said yes. You're getting married next week, probably.
Big big time mistranslations. There, there's the Line app, and then there's a Google Translate. I have to go to DeepL app to get a more comprehensive translations. So when we're having our deep discussions on life, I go to that app just to make sure that your translations are clear. And a lot of the times it'll come off rude when she's talking to me, but I know that's not what she means. And then we just laugh about it, joke about it with the emojis and stuff on there.
Is there like you can change it to like drunk translation, like drunk talking, and changing like how you're communicating?
I haven't figured out that hack yet. You got to teach me that one.
I gotta teach you. Uh, all right, so yeah, so like I said, I've gone through all those struggles that you have. Getting started. Investing out of state. Dealing with different climate also. So like for you, like people always ask, why not Hawaii? Why not invest in your backyard? So did you even look in your backyard at first?
I did, and we had joked about it where I talked with the lender and I went I went up to the manager, talking with the branch manager, and said, "You know what? You're better off moving. You're better off moving to somewhere else because because what your salary is, you can't really afford anything out here. No duplexes that you're looking at. But maybe I should do a better job of exploring different options now that I've educated myself more. Maybe I haven't turned over every stone, but now that I've kind of focused in on Pittsburgh, I feel comfortable pretty much starting there. And even though I was going through all my troubles, I gotta say, old guy REI, just being able to connect with him, I look to him as a mentor because he's helped me out so much with home inspection reports and me just going over quotes with different contractors. And I've learned so much about home repairs and just the beginning educational lessons of homes and all the repairs that go into it. And he has that group where we started with Cody and Jason and Michelle and Anna. And then from that it's grown into an even bigger group. But it's like everyone's journey, even though you're in a holding pattern, you can still get inspiration from another person's story, what they're going through. And I've just learned so much from everyone, even though they're all doing different things and they're in different growth stages. I've gotten so much from all of them and everyone else in the community too.
All right, so just want to throw this out there real quick. This may be a fairly short live. I didn't know the technician guy was coming because I'm still doing some stuff with the Wi-Fi. But Joel is probably going to try to jump on real quick also because he's kind of been with Mikey also from the beginning, a little bit from the beginning of his journey. So hopefully Joel can jump on. But let's see. MJ asks, "Oh, primary residence, Mikey." So like I would do a lot of things different as far as having a primary residence here. But for, as of you, do you have a primary residence or what's your living situation here?
Yeah, no primary residence. I can't really afford anything, so still with family.
So, like I said, I would do a lot of things differently, right? Instead of having a primary residence. And right now I'm actually renting it out instead. But for you, like, do you kind of, that Kiyosaki, rich dad, poor dad, do you look as your home as an asset?
I do. I would say that. And you actually put a good thought in my head where I'm trying to reach out to my brother to see if he would be interested in going together in on something. But it really, he's renting right now, but it really hasn't caught his ear yet. So I'm trying to just put it in his ear, say, hey, you ever want to get pre-approved, see maybe together what we could possibly afford. But I don't think he's too much into it right now.
And we got Strive for 25. We got Joe Farrow here. Thanks for stopping by. I know you're busy
What
working.
guys?
I think you just came in to show off your haircut or something. I think you got a new haircut.
Did get a new haircut. I went to a new person and they said, I got you. I said, use your best judgment. I'm okay with it. And they just got the razor out and started just blending.
Was it done at the Blind Center?
I mean, she was a little older. A little older. She might have had a cataract or two.
How you been, man? How's the weather for you over there?
It's good. It's been cold, but this past weekend we had a couple nice 50s days. What's up, all night hider? Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's middle of December, and we got some decent weather, so I'll take it all day.
Cool. Hold on. I gotta get Joel's channel in here before he gets mad at me like he usually does because I don't post his channel all the time. So hold on.
And
Where?
Hyder will be the first paid moderator.
Oh, that's
Think-
true. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had mentioned that on his channel. He should be.
But I think I know why Mikey couldn't do the super chat the other week or the other day. I didn't verify my address or something.
Mm.
I think that's why. Um, but yeah, so Joel, what are you working on? What year would you say you're in your journey? So Mikey's around year one,
Yeah.
MJ's year two, beginning year three, and where would you say you're at right now?
I bought my first house in 09. I became a landlord in 13. So technically year 11. And I'm on the other side of the curve because I've been selling stuff after, a series of wins. So, and other life events too happening personally, going through a divorce and, um, you know, to answer your question is what year? 11.
So we kind of, the kind of Dion ORAT community kind of talks about the 5 years of suck.
Mm-hmm.
So you've, probably gone through that. Like you said, you took some wins, right? Took some
Mm-hmm.
chips off the table, trying to reallocate things. So now, like you're saying too, I mean, I don't know if I would say you're going through losses right now. I mean, like you said, there's other life events that are going on,
Yeah.
but there's always something in a sense, right? You passed that 5 years, but now you're just trying to reallocate things and
Mm-hmm.
maybe change the portfolio. But would you say that there's always something, I guess, in a sense to deal with?
Yeah. Well, there's two parts of that I think I want to address. The first part is the 5 years that suck. And I wouldn't say so much 5 years of suck per se, because I had property managers do my stuff because I was just so busy with my job. And I didn't see the blueprint. I didn't see the opportunity. So the first 5 years, I should have been acquiring more. And I didn't see the forest of the trees. So that's my regret is not going more into it along the way and not knowing the opportunity that's there. But at the same time, though, hindsight's always 2020. I didn't have a mentor. There's no guarantees. And to translate that through to today, we're kind of in a new normal because you've seen home price appreciation in the last 10 years. It's been crazy. I don't know the numbers, but I think the stats from 19, COVID happens until today, you're talking like 50, 60, 70% of home price appreciation in just a short time period. Can we expect past precedent to continue? I don't know. Could we see a flattening off period, a leveling off? Maybe, I don't know. I keep talking about the fact that we're kind of in a bear market, in my opinion, in housing. You see what Bitcoin is doing right now. 2022 hit a recent low of just under 16,000. And if anybody was buying crypto, they should have been buying in November, October of 2022 when it went over 16 grand. Look at it today. It's six figures essentially. And when I say bear market, I'm talking about the number of transactions, the activity. The activity is at an all-time low compared to early. We haven't seen this level of lows since the 1990s. And it's pure supply and demand. What's going to happen if and when rates do come down? Because they will. And we're already seeing that. The 10-year treasury is at 4.3, 4.2. We probably won't see major moves on mortgage rates until the Fed funds rate comes back below the 10-year treasury, which right now the Fed funds rate's at 4.75, I think. So 40% of homes are free and clear. Most people are not going to sell. Of the homes that have mortgages, 58% have a rate below 4%. They're not selling. So we're in this new normal of lack of inventory. So if rates do go down significantly down the road, year or two down the road, I think you're going to see even increased demand than we see before. So I think that's the fear that I have, which also kind of going back to does the past become a precedent to predict the future? Maybe. There are some signs that predict that. So the first 5 years, can you acquire more safely, methodically? That's something that I wish I would have done. And then marketing, I'm not sure you can still hear me, but kind of fast forwarding to today, I bought a piece of land in 2022 to be able to build a subdivision, and a lot of things haven't gone correctly with that. And that's been kind of a struggle for me personally, kind of been a big part of the derailment for my personal plans. So took a little bit of too big of a risk and, paying the price for it.
So with that land that you purchased, is it more the difficultiness of maybe zoning, etc., or like what problems essentially have you been running into with the land?
Yeah, I mean, we have to take 2,600 linear feet of gravel road to be able to develop it. Infrastructure, utilities, roads to develop. So to get financing on building a house, if it's shovel ready, it's much easier. If there's lateral development that has to get done, it's harder to be able to get financing and also raise capital. And that was my mistake. I thought we had some things lined up that didn't pan out from a capital raising standpoint. And then this has been a dead zone for the last couple of years of, real estate development. So, it's been a kind of a dead zone of being able to raise capital the last couple of years.
So it's the funding is the number one issue at the point essentially for you, the funding.
Yeah.
Could you sell it, or is no buyers, or you just looking to hold regardless? Or...
Yeah, I'm trying to sell right now. It's just trying to not, get crushed. We have quite a bit of equity in the deal. It's just trying to get a decent price for it.
Would you be willing to even break even with it, or you want some type of profit out of it, off the sale?
Yeah, I mean, we're at this point we're going to lose money with where we have it priced. So, but this is like fast forwarding a bunch of steps from single families, multifamily, quadplex, commercial, fix and flips. This is like a different lane, and I just swung too hard, too fast.
Sorry, let me get to Hyder's question or comment. He says a strong dollar wrecks other markets. Rates may be cut to weaken the dollar for the sake of emerging markets. It's not all about the USA. It's a relative game. Yeah.
Yeah.
In general, the Fed is the last central bank to cut rates. Yep, very true. I mean, I think that's what I notice quite a bit on X is kind of there's people that look at things strictly from the US standpoint, right? They're kind of just looking at what's happening here. and then there's others that are looking at it from a broader spectrum, and that's where you kind of get a better understanding of why certain pieces are being moved or why maybe they're not cutting rates or whatnot. So just that's kind of, I know people talk about X and a lot, but there is a lot of good information on there as long as you're following the certain people that are talking about certain things. Shoots, there was a question. Sorry, I'm dealing with a couple of things at one time, but there was a question I was gonna ask MJ about. I know you had a oh, yeah, MJ. I know we kind of not talked about it, but we messaged back and forth a little bit. But you had a post on Instagram, kind of letting go. Was it like letting go, or someone that's not supporting you or whatnot? Was there something along that lines?
I be posting so much on Instagram. When was it?
Hmm. I kind of gave you the shock though. Like you're it was something about you. If someone is around but they're not truly supporting you, kind of thing, in a sense.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. Kind of got an idea, but in Instagram, my social media, I try to do things that's motivational and things that's gonna continue my ambition with real estate or building financial literacy. Positive affirmations, essentially. That's what I really try to maintain. I do got a question though. I think we can kind of go on to. It's for both you guys. Have you ever been referred? Have anybody ever referred you to somebody, whether it's a contractor, handyman, tenant, and that person was just not who the person said they were, like as far as work wise, or just give me an experience or two. I'm just curious to know if you guys have experienced that.
Well, I'll go first so that Mikey doesn't feel bad about saying anything, maybe. But I would say that not, I wouldn't say bad experience or bad working with someone. Just you start to see how certain people are in a sense where they work a certain way, right? Not saying they're bad or not saying that they did you wrong or anything. It's just sometimes you want people to tell you maybe that you're screwing up or be a little more honest with you, right? So that's why I kind of talk about it. Like there's a couple of different agents that I've worked with, and they're all great. I mean, the ones I've worked with are all great. It's just some are maybe not going to tell you exactly certain things that a certain agent, even though they may lose the deal, right? They might tell you something and they may lose the deal because of it. That's the kind of agents you probably want to work with instead of one that are just going to agree with everything that you say, right? So I wouldn't say that we're done wrong by them or anything. Just that's they're gonna try to they're a salesman at the end of the day, right? So that's where I'm coming from, and I think Mikey might have the same response or same answer. I'm not sure though.
It's funny because Mark and me, I think even though we're investing in the same market, we have different styles of investing. And I'm more like into the sheets and organization and processes. And Mark, he told me he just likes to wing it, but he's still doing his thing. He's still doing his thing and making sure his numbers are right and all that. But maybe I will dig in a little bit too much into all that. And I've done that thing where I've gone online and looked for reviews from banks and I've reached out to those local banks. But maybe the person that recommended those banks, maybe they're just looking for an owner occ loan. They're not really thinking about scaling. And maybe that's where I got caught up and I reached out to them, but it's a different perspective because they have different end goals in mind, like Dion talks about.
Yeah. With me, I had a situation where I trusted a guy judgment. You sometimes you just trust people judgment. Like, okay, I don't think this person steered me wrong or whatever. And long story short, it was for a tenant, and he was saying, "Oh, she's a good tenant and X, Y, Z." But the whole time, he just kind of wanted the load off of him. But he a bigger landlord. He got paid off properties and stuff of that nature. So I just feel like you could kind of weather the storm. I'm a small,
Mm.
mom and pop shop essentially. I can't really afford a bad tenant like you can. And I just feel like, you know me personally. not to recommend it on anybody, but not nobody that you know. You know, it's just like just don't do that. Especially you say, nah, Martise, this not the one. You know, I want to get rid of her, but I don't want to put her on you neither. And it's just like knowing that, and like you said, Mikey, people got different end goals and stuff, but and that's tough because it's like I know I really trust his judgment, you know, and like I really looked up to him. He a bigger landlord, you know, successful essentially. And it's just like you see me trying, you know, this can really your tenant can make or break you. It's literally so. You know, I just want to hear other people's stories in that regard.
No, totally agree. I think that's, like Mikey said, like, yeah, I definitely, I don't, I think that's the thing I always joke about. Like, Mikey loves real estate. Like, you message
Ye-
him, well,
mm,
no, he loves analyzing things. And so you can see him getting out of his shell and even doing this. This is his first live, but, he's all over, in the comments and the other people's lives and chatting. And I think he loves building this connection, and he loves analyzing things, and he's looking at properties all day. So I think he's definitely a little bit, like I said, he's more in the weeds than I am. And then like MJ, like you're saying, I think at some point it's almost like overwhelming, right? You're starting to listen to the same type of things over and over again. So that's why, a lot of the channels I've been listening to recently, there's been kind of other channels kind of outside the ORAT community a little bit. But so even, I think, even I came across that one guest that was on Zuber's channel. Yeah, I think I sent it to you guys, right? The link. She's, I guess, under investigation or whatnot, or possibly, I think she's been arrested, right? Is that, I think that's what it was. But yeah, there's just other news out there, right? So you see, if you're, because like Dion, Lumberjack, Millennial Mike, Zuber, it's kind of the same message in a sense. I mean, they're doing their own things, but it's kind of that same message. So that's why I kind of like to listen outside a little bit.
and for the algorithm, Hawk Tuah, meme coin, Crocs, and the Bears.
Yeah, that's true too. Did you guys see Hawk Tuah rug pull everyone for what, 550 million, 500 million? I forgot what the exact amount
What
was, but
happened exactly with Haxor?
she came out with a meme coin. And then she just pumped it, and then I don't want, maybe allegedly or supposedly she did a rug pull,
Pump
and
and dump.
a lot of people lost money on it. And yeah, she went to sleep, and like Dion says, she slept nice with that what lumpy pillow of cash, or yeah, she just went to bed, and haven't really seen much of her since then. So yeah, I think but she might be in trouble, so they're looking into it, I think. Hey, what's up,
Speak,
Lars? Haven't seen you here recently.
I was gonna say, speaking of kind of Bitcoin or crypto, what do you guys think of the crypto Bitcoin space in general? Are y'all bullish, bearish on the market? Are y'all optimistic, pessimistic, and why?
So you're gonna upset Hyder if you say crypto and Bitcoin. Well, since Bitcoin is yeah, but
Cryptocurrency?
Bitcoin is Bitcoin, right? And then there's crypto in a sense. So, but yeah, oh yeah, BuzzTune is an awesome contributor. I totally agree. He's always supporting everyone.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks, Ryder.
Jason says she might go to jail. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
MJ, have you talked with Jason? Because you guys are both in Chicago.
Yeah, I met
Oh,
Jason.
okay.
We
Okay.
actually got up to real estate meetup, and I got his number. I text him here and there, but yeah, I definitely met
Oh,
Jason.
great. Great, great. Yeah, he's awesome.
no, she native to earth agreed. Yeah, Bitcoin is where it's at. Everything else is BS.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I've had great talks with Christian. Yeah, he's awesome.
yeah, I haven't seen him around too much in the Zoom calls and stuff recently.
Mhm.
So let's see, Lars. I have a hard time believing that it won't look. She's in trouble, I'm sure. See, we got all these comments covered. We talk about Bitcoin and Hawk Tuah. Good job, Mikey. But no, so I do not own any crypto or Bitcoin. I know Mikey does.
Mhm.
It's not that I wouldn't. It's just one of those things where it's kind of like Dion talks about, right? You get the cash flow. Now, if you put it in there, it's kind of a storage of value, right? So now you can't really use it in a sense to acquire the next property, or or from that standpoint. So for me, whatever comes in, it's like it goes straight into the HELOC. Keeps that balance as low as possible, and then but yeah, I definitely think there's value there, and I think it is a good asset class. It's just for me right now, it just doesn't make sense for me.
I actually picked the wrong coin to go into. I was dumping heavily into Ethereum, and I think I was buying Bitcoin when it was like 25,000. I think I put in about 3 grand into it, and when I check now, it's at 9 grand. So it's interesting to see it jump so high, but when I checked Ethereum, it's only been up like a grand. And I do agree with Hyder. I'd make sure you have self custody. Get yourself a hard wallet.
Yeah. My opinion of Bitcoin, it was gambler 2018. I actually somebody was explaining to me because people used to use Bitcoin for all type of stuff and still do use Bitcoin for all type of stuff, but gambling is a big thing that they still do. And I actually had $10,000 and I was just passing it through Bitcoin through another site. And obviously we could say if I would have known and blah blah blah. But right now, I think that I'm too late to the party. I'm not just go join. I mean, everybody drunk and having fun. I mean, I'm very bearish. Even Bitcoin, I just feel like is they say it's a decentralized, but then all these top financial guys like BlackRock and Blackstone are owning them and making ETFs out of them, stuff like that. I just don't trust. I think it's go all be a hawk tool at the end of the day. So I'm very bearish on it.
Well, yeah, well, I don't know if you want to be hawked. Well, yeah,
As far as the pump and dump, I was making that reference. Allegedly,
yeah, I
allegedly.
know, I know. Hey, wait a minute. If you're is my Bears? Oh, so Joe's a punk, but he he's a good supporter. But he's in the school community. But he's in Wisconsin right now. But he's asking MJ, "Are you a Bears fan like me?" He said, "Let's hope not." But
I'm just a Chicago fan in general, whereas Bears, Bulls, White Sox, Cubs, Hawks. I mean, we haven't really had any success since like what was it when Devin Hester ran it back that first place when we played the Colts and we was looking real good those first couple of
yeah,
quarters minutes. But yeah, I'm a Bears fan. It is what it is. Whether they good or bad, I'm still the supporter for sure. Yep, yep.
yeah. Well, at least you can take the shit with me today because, like I said, the joke on the internet was if you walked up to change the channel during the game yesterday, you had more yards than the Bears had in the first half.
Yeah, we need Lovey Smith and Patrick Mahomes.
Well, we that's another. We could have had Patrick Mahomes.
Right, right. Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Trade better 99. Would you all buy digital real estate like Decentraland?
It's like a REIT almost, or for me, I kind of bought REITs before, but I think they're kind of pointless. Not pointless, but it's just like I don't feel like you got enough control of your potential profits, like with the actual physical, tangible real estate. Which, if you're looking for cash flow with a small multifamily or a single family, depending on the market. So for me, to simply answer the question, no. Real estate, I mean, obviously you got the potential tenant termites and toilets, but it's just so math related in that you can really, really analyze it on versus other assets class. No, I wouldn't like to return on it. It'd just be something cool to say, well, I got 100 shares of REITs or something. I mean, what would be the benefit of the centralized real estate if you can explain more?
Hey, Hyder, can you block that Joe V guy in the comments? Can we get rid of him real quick? But Cody said, "Go Pack, go."
What
Uh,
who Joe like? What team do Joe like?
so he actually was in Chicago, but he got kicked out of Chicago, and he's in Wisconsin now. So he's a Packers fan because yeah, and he was a police
Traitor,
officer.
traitor.
And he was a police officer.
Chicago
Yeah.
police officer.
You know what? Good question. I'm not sure. I forget where he was at. But Yeah, Jovi, Cody's here. Trade Better said actual digital real estate based on blockchain technology. You know,
Uh,
I try to keep it as simple as possible right now. For me, that's where I'm at right now. And kind of like Joel, who was on here earlier, right? Shoot, hold on, guys. Can I try to run this for a bit?
Let me see. Yeah, so to answer the question, for me with the digital real estate, I would be uninterested in that personally.
I would be interested to learn more about it, but it's like I feel so tunnel vision right now in real estate. Uh, I've stopped everything and just funnel everything towards real estate right now.
So you're 100% dialed in on real estate?
100%, except I do the match for the retirement accounts. That's the only thing.
Yeah, get the free money if they match it for sure.
Yeah.
What made you turn into real estate? How did you kind of get involved with it?
All right,
Yep.
fellas, I got some bad news. The telecom guy is here, so we're gonna have to cut this one short, man. Sorry, fellas.
Coconut
Um,
Wireless needs an upgrade.
yeah, I need to upgrade this so that we can get more people on. But this was a good one. Thanks everyone. We're doing great. If you guys want, we'll schedule another. MJ, I'll get you back on. Don't worry, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And then this was a good one for you, Mikey, on your first one. So everyone, thanks. And we'll try to put another one back together. Sorry about this, everyone, but I got to take care of this so that I don't have all these streaming issues anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks everyone.
All
Love this
right,
community.
fellas. All right, have a great
Nice
week,
meeting you,
everyone.
Mikey.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
Bye,
nice
guys.
meeting you.